Hello and welcome. The time has come for me to begin recording and sharing my knowledge and spiritual understanding with the world. The following series of videos has been an inspiration in the back of my mind for a while, and it's finally time to begin creating it. Now, at the present time, the information and the teaching that I'm sharing in these videos are an imperfect creation. It's my first attempt professionally recording and sharing this type of teachings, and as well, we are in the midst of a retrograde of the planet Mercury right now, which tends to interfere with smooth communications. Nevertheless, it is better to begin producing and sharing this content now to make the information available for those who would seek it, and perhaps as the time may come, to produce a more perfect version in the future with the benefit of hindsight and experience. Now, the first videos that I will be recording and posting will be a 7-part series on identifying as your higher self, on the path to realizing and actualizing your higher self. So as a brief introduction, you need to understand the concept of yourself and your higher self. For who is it that you are? Are you the animal, this human animal sitting watching a movie? Are you the conscious thought process, the words and thoughts moving and forming through your mind? Or are you something deeper? Are you that which perceives? The society in which we live is victim to a mass collective delusion. This delusion has many different names. In the yogic tradition, it is called Maya. And the word typically used in the West is ego. All of society is in the grips of this collective delusion of the ego. At its root, the ego is an illusion centered within the self. For as the mind works and processes reality and forms its thoughts based on the feelings and emotions and neurological responses to the physical stimuli your body experiences, a false sense of self is developed. For most, this sense of ego, I am, I want, I need, is confused with their actual being. Yet the truth is, we are more than our ego. The ego is not real. The ego is an illusion. It is a product of the mind. The ego is a product of your mind's thoughts. It exists only within the mind. And yet, the experience of this subjective reality is far more real on a level that cannot be described by words or thought. There is truly something much deeper, a divine spark within each one of us. Some call it a soul, some call it a star seed, as though some astral piece from another realm was embedded in the body of a human. Yet, this higher self, this concept shared across so many cultures and perspectives on the world, is lost among our modern society in the shadow of this illusion of the ego. Now, explaining the details of what the ego is and what the higher self is rather beyond the scope of this video. If you're interested in learning and understanding how to free yourself of ego, it certainly would be recommended that you should seek other sources, other writers or thinkers who have expounded on this idea of ego. Yet the focus of this video series, while the ego is the major obstacle that must be overcome, is rather on being something greater, on living your life not as some violent simian ape running across the countryside, not as some person, some character in the drama of humans' everyday lives, but as something greater, something beyond the material roots of this world from which our bodies, our minds, and our society have grown. So stay tuned. There will be 7 total videos coming over the coming days. And best of luck to all of you who wish to follow this path.